When people think of places that rewrite history, they imagine towering mountains of sprawling cities. They rarely imagine a sliver of blue water, bare the width of a marathon run, squeezed between two hostile coastlines. But every single time the Middle East catches fire, the world's collective gaze snaps to one place. Not a capital city, not a battlefield, but the Strait of Hormuz. At its most vulnerable point, it is just 54 kilometers wide. The actual shipping lanes, the parking spots for supertankers, are barely a few kilometers across. Yet this microscopic sliver is a jugular vein of the global economy. Why? Because roughly one quarter of the world's seaborne oil has to squeeze through this throat. Add to that a massive chunk of the world's liquefied natural gas, especially from Qatar, and you begin to understand the stakes. Every single day, colossal tankers depart from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, the UAE, and Iran. For these nations, there is no plan B. This isn't just a shortcut, it is the only door to global markets. But there's a secret that most people miss. Hormuz doesn't become important because of oil. Its status was forged thousands of years ago. Before a single barrel of crude oil was ever pumped, the Persian Gulf was the Amazon prime of the Asian world. Merchants didn't carry oil, they carried spices, pearls, and gold. Whoever held this gateway held the keys to the Indian Ocean. In the early 1500s, the Portuguese grasped this before anyone else. In 1507, Commander Alonso de Albuquerque seized the nearby island of Hormuz. He sat on that rock, charged tolls on every passing merchant, and built one of the first global maritime empires. Eventually, a combined Persian-English force kicked them out, but the lesson was etched into the sand. Control this pass and you control the world's central crossroads. Then came the 20th century and the stakes went vertical. The discovery of vast stores of oil turned the Gulf into the planet's gas station. Overnight, Hormuz stopped being a trade route and became the main artery for the world's most volatile commodity. Today, roughly $20 billion to 20 million barrels flow through this strait daily. About 80% of it heading straight to the hungry Asian markets of China, Japan, and South Korea. If you want to understand how fragile this lifeline is, look at the Iran-Iraq war in the 1980s. It sparked the infamous tanker war. Both sides turned this narrow corridor into a shooting gallery. Missiles struck civil vessels, mines drifted into shipping lanes. The world's navies rushed in to protect their own fleets. This is a terrifying demonstration of how instantly global energy supplies could be strangled. Since then, every crisis involving Iran has turned Hormuz into a pressure cooker. And here's the cruel irony. It doesn't even have to declare the strait closed to cause chaos. The mere threat of blockade sends oil prices spiking, shipping insurance rocketing, and stock market going to a tailspin. Now you might be thinking, surely we have backups. Yes, some countries have built pipelines to bypass it, but none come close to replacing the sheer volume that flows through this 50 kilometers channel. For now, the world is addicted, and Hormuz is the only dispensary. Hormuz teaches us an open, brutal truth. Geography is destiny. A mountain holds an army, a river nourishes an empire, and sometimes a tiny stretch of salt water, barely visible on a world map, dictates the price of a gasoline, the movement of mighty navies, and the decisions of the most powerful leaders on earth. The Strait of Hormuz isn't just a line in a chart or a geographical entity. It is the ultimate proof that in this world, the smallest places often wield the greatest power. If you like this video or want more updates about other choke points, please follow this channel and like and share if you can. Thank you.